Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to revisit the top 5 most overpowered tanks in Blitz. Now, I haven't done this video for over a year. It's been a year since I've done this video, and this is how long it's been, and this is how many changes there has been to the game. The VK100 was in that top 5. The VK100, the tier 8 German, was in that top 5. So I thought, you know what, I'll revisit it. I'll revisit it and we will see if there is even any of the tanks that appeared a year ago today. And to be honest, no, there isn't. They are all different, I think. So first up on my list, I mean, you guys might not agree with me. Everyone's got their own opinion at the end of the day. And this is my opinion, and not just my opinion. I was sat there with a couple of guys, Mystic from Grump, Batman from Grump, and a few others, talking Dave, as to what should be in this top 5. And I think we pretty much come to an agreement. I think we all come to an agreement. There was one tank on this list that Batman was like, no way, until I got him to play, and then he was like, wow, this tank is insane. But we'll get to that. But number 5 on my list is the IS-4. Now, I think the IS-4 is very much overpowered. It's just got too much armor. It's got a lovely gun, lovely speed, and I just don't see any need now to play the IS-7. I mean, if you've got an IS-4, I don't understand why you would go and play an IS-7. It's just, this is just insane in every way. People can come behind you and they're going to bounce. They're going to come in front of you. They're going to struggle to pen. You're going to be side scraping. They're going to struggle. They're not going to be able to pen you. You go hold down and they're not going to be able to pen the turret. It's a very strong tank. Very, very strong tank. And actually, when people always turn around and say to me, what line would you grind for your first tier 10? I always recommend now the IS-4. If you haven't got a tier 10, I would recommend grinding the IS-4 for your first tier 10, because you can make mistakes. You can make mistakes. Obviously, you're not going to bounce everything. You're not going to bounce everything that comes your way. But a lot of the times, you can be forgiven for a few mistakes. This game, I mean, we're only on 3.4k damage. We've blocked 2.1k damage. So we've blocked quite a lot. We have a little snapshot there, so we blocked quite a lot. Next up, this is the one we we didn't really have the same opinion on. Batman was saying the KV220T, and I was like, no, the T1 heavy is much better. And he hasn't played the T1 heavy. He went and bought it, and literally after the first game, he was like, this is insane. Now just watch this game. This is on mines. There is already a tank gone. We are 2 heavies in tier 5 pushing the hill from these medium and light tanks. We are absolutely bullying them. And at this point I thought, you know what, let's just go. Let's just go. We are full hit points. We are blocking these shots, and there is nothing they can do. Now, that bounce there on the Churchill, and that bounce was the only damage this guy does. Apart from that, this Leopard is doing damage. But, I mean, just look, a minute gone, and that we have literally torn these guys apart with no lube. We have literally just gone full guns blazing, pretty much all full hit point still. I'm full hit point just about. Batman's just about full hit point, and we're actually watching Batman his view at the moment because he does a little bit more damage. So I thought, you know what, might as well use yours. So a minute and a half, there we go, gone. 7-0, minute and a half gone. Batman's racked up 1600 damage. I've racked up 1200 damage, and we literally tore them apart. And when you see the end result, I mean, 5 people do 0. The Churchill only damage was the ram, and the Leopard, the only damage was at the end. So that is why that is my number 4. Coming in at number 3 is the T22 Medium. Now, the T22 Medium, again, is OP. It is OP. I can't believe I even said when this tank first came out that it wasn't OP. But no, it is OP. It is very, very much OP. And we're watching Bolt drive it now, and he's going to show us why it is OP. I mean, he's just pushed up the hill here, and he's blocked 1000 damage. Straight up, blocked 1000 damage. This thing is so troll. It is so freaking troll. The armor is really good. The rate of fire is really, really good. everything about the tank is really good. So again, like the IS-4, with this tank you can be forgiven. I mean, if you're going head on with another medium, just wiggle, and they will struggle to pen you. They really will struggle to pen you. Face hug tanks, reverse side scrape if you can. I mean, now he's blocked 1600 damage. He's not looking at running away. There's loads of tanks there. He's looking at getting rid of the E5, and then he's going to back up and try and get the shot before the waffle reloads. Nice HE shot there into the waffle, and his waffle gets rid of him. So his team, and now it's 5 versus 5. He was going to push, but he notices these light tank and the medium tank that is coming around. Bolt, you big. See you next Tuesday. See, yeah, you got wrecked. You was a waffle when you pretty much front line. That's what kind of happens. So I love the fact that Bolt here is not looking at running away. He's looking at staying. I mean, with the front plate of this thing and the pike nose, it doesn't make it impenetrable. I mean, you can pen that pike nose whatsoever. The front of the hole, sorry. Wiggle, just wiggle. Wiggle the front of your hull, wiggle your turret. Just, if you can see a medium tank looking at aiming, just wiggle and you will get bounces, guaranteed. You will get bounces. I guarantee you that now. Whether you're a good player or not, if you wiggle this thing, go hold down in this thing, you will get some bounces. So Bolt is now just going to showcase the DPM side and the actual the troll armor side of this tank. He's on almost 2k block damage, and he's up to 3.8k damage. Now, usually, again, when you're running away like this, go at an angle, and you might be able to generate some bounces from the thing. And now, again, that's what I mean. He's going to get a bounce there, 2,200 block damage. He's going to get another shot in. He doesn't quite bounce that shot. It's a 1 versus 3. He doesn't want to take any more hit points. He can't take any more hit points. Nice bounce there from the ST, and now he's going to go and try and focus on the T22. The T22 is the one with the DPM. He does manage to clear him and leaves himself still on 647 HP. Has to be very careful of this Death Star. We don't quite know where this Death Star is at the moment, but he has to be very careful. Here he is. Now he's going to do the right thing here. He's going to ignore the ST1. He can actually take a shot from the ST1. And this, for me, was a match-breaking decision. Match-breaking decision. Completely changes the outcome of the game. He's going to go for the Death Star. He's going to go for the Death Star. He's going to get the shot. He's going to get close. And because of the gun depression of the Death Star, he was able to get under the gun. And now that FV is in the middle, and there's not much he can do. He's still paying attention to the minimap. He is going to get a shot from the ST, but at the moment he doesn't care. He's going to ignore the ST. He's going to use the DPM of the thing, take care of the Death Star, and then he's going to get the hell out of there. So just absolutely fantastic play, and this is why these guys are in Legion. This is why these guys have got very, very good stats, because they use their brain. They completely use their brain. So he's got 1 minute and 40 seconds left. He's got plenty of time to reset his camo and hopefully rush this ST, who hopefully will be in the open, and he should be able to circle him. So he doesn't he can't go too far away, as he does need to spot him, but at the moment he's not spotted. There he is spotted, and now he was going to rush. You can see he was going to rush, but he thought, you know what, I'm not going to get there in time, so he's going to try and bait that shot. It does work for him, and now he can use that time to rush this guy. He's going for the tracks every time. He's going for the tracks, so the ST cannot move. 7,600 damage so far. He's also blocked 3,000 damage, which is insane. And it's only going to take now one more shot to get rid of this guy. Just left, and then a minute on the clock, and Bolt does it. 3k block damage with 8.5k damage, and that is why that tank is a little bit OP. But it's not my number 1, or it's not my number 2. It is actually my number 3. So coming in at number 2, of course, it's the Sheridan. It is the Sheridan, without a doubt. And this is actually not so much on my list because of the missiles. You can have a good game without the missiles. It's more for the armor The armor's just stupid. It's got spaced armor everywhere. How many times have you been shot from the rear, from the side, and bounce? And you're like, wow, like, this is going to happen to me this game. We're going to bounce a few shots. We're going to get a few nice snapshots into the Vickers, and we're not actually going to use missiles. We're going to use one missile this game. And that is just a Pen 268 who is pretty much straight in front of me. He's a bit red, so I didn't want to risk it. And we're going to use the missile just as a normal heat round, pretty much. We're going to guide it in with sniper mode, and that's the only missile we're going to take. So far we have torn the Vickers apart. We are spotted. So we do have to be careful. But I mean, this is where we used the missile. He's a bit red, so I thought, you know what, I'm not going to risk it. And I mean, look at that. 420 bounce, 400 bounce from the rear from a chieftain. We wasn't even looking at him. We had it out rear to him, and we still managed to get a bounce from that guy. And that's so annoying. That is so freaking annoying when that happens to you. When you're in the Sheridan, oh, it's lovely. It's lovely when it happens, but for me, it's just too annoying. It's too annoying, especially with those missiles as well. The missiles doesn't really affect my gameplay so much now, because a lot of people grinded the line to get the missiles, and they're not too good at them. There's only a handful of people that are really actually good at the missiles, so I don't think it breaks matchmaking as such. For me, the tank is more annoying because it has that freaking armor. It's a light tank, and you can bounce big guns. On top of that, you've got the missiles as well. So this is definitely my number 2, and this is actually my first game of the day in this tank. I'm still tuning with Batman, so I do want to thank Batman for helping me get this footage at short notice. Literally last night we was like, right, I want to make another top 5. What should we do? I had a look at the ones we done, and it's just like, well, you know what, that's over a year old. Let's have a look at what tanks are in there. If they're all the same, then there's no point changing, but they was pretty much all different. So we thought, you know what, we're going to make another top 5 overpowered tanks in Blitz. Plus it had good views. It was well received as well. So we're going to do it again. So this game, there's only 3 people left. We're on 4.4k damage. And as you know, as you've seen, I have only fired that one missile into the 268. We do take a shot there, which means I have to be careful now against this chieftain. If he shoots HE at me and he manages to pen, that could be me gone. And I'm thinking, you know what, I've had a pretty good game so far. I've had a pretty good game, but there's still a lot of work to do. 4.5k, I'm not the best at missiles either. I very rarely use missiles unless it's on a stream and I'm on PC and I'm doing it for a challenge. Luckily from the chieftain, he doesn't high roll and leaves us on 89 hit points. We're up to now 5k damage. We're going to wait. There's no point us poking out so we can get the shot. We do get the shot in because I knew he was on the reload. We're just going to wait for him to shoot the 268 or in fact the E5, but his reload still probably outdoes mine, so I'm just going to wait for the opportunity. I mean, look at this shot. I don't even know how that went in. I have no idea how that shot went in, but it did, and that shot then put us above the 6k. So 1200 damage we blocked in a light tank from the rear. 1200 damage. It's stupid. You shouldn't be blocking that much damage in this tank with missiles. It's absolutely stupid, and this is why it is number 2. It was very close to add to number 1. I mean, you could actually add this tank to number 1, but I think the number 1, everyone already knows what it is. I've done so many videos on it. I'm not going to do a massive video on this tank because I've recently done one saying Wargaming nerf it already, and of course it is the Smasher. I mean, just look at these kind of shots. Yeah, we didn't fully HE him, but we still done 400 damage snapshot. And then look at this shot on the enemy on the enemy Smasher. The only bad thing about this tank is the normal AP round. The AP round absolutely sucks, but switch to heat, you've got like 270 millimeters of armor of pen. I mean, it's stupid. Snapshots like this tank should not be getting. You shouldn't be able to get the snapshots that you do. You shouldn't be able to get all the bounces. 1400 bounce block damage we've got. It's insane, and it shouldn't happen. And we're going to finish it off there with a nice 1000 damage to the rear of that guy. So that is my top 5 most overpowered tanks in What Blitz. Let me know your top 5 in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.